So we know the team that was announced, Miss Hustle and Danny Myers, they are going to be going up against Jerry West and Lou Castro, a team that, I'm expecting to have a lot of high energy, come up with a lot of creative material. I'm expecting to see some props, um, you know, just some bars we never really heard before. It's gonna be a big crowd. We all know that. It's gonna be on caffeine. It's gonna be a lot of people watching. Um, I just think they're going to be more creative and just going right into a prediction. I have Jerry West and Lou Castro. Now, if these were like individual matchups, like Jerry West facing Danny, or Lou Castro facing Miss Hustle, you could look at it different. But just looking at both teams, yes, Miss Hustle and Danny Myers will have the aggressiveness. Um, I feel they're gonna have great stage presence. And I think they might maybe I think they're gonna have more punches than Jerry West and Lou Castro, even though Jerry West is an underrated puncher. Um, if you look on Breakfast with the Champ with DNA, Miss Hustle even said that herself when speaking about the team. But I'm thinking just the stage is going to matter, and yeah, you're gonna like the bars from Hustle and Danny. That's gonna be great, but you're gonna want to win in the building. Right, when we're watching it live, we want to be sold right then and there. And I just think Jerry West alone is one of the best performers and one of the most creative. And we all know what Lou Castro can do. Seeing him against the likes of Arsenal and Charlie Clips, so we definitely know he can definitely captivate a crowd as well. So I have Lou Castro and Jerry West winning that battle. Not clear, but I think by the end of it, we're gonna be leaving that battle thinking more about what Jerry West and Lou Castro did than Hustle and Danny. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I kind of have them winning clear just with the fact that I feel like they're just have more out of the box material, kind of to the points where you're saying they're not there's more so surprise factor. Even when the last time we seen Luke Castro with the 2-on-2 with K Shine, he looked phenomenal and then had, the whole battle rap community with the A Big Dog type thing. So it's stuff like that, you feel me, even after the battle, like it's still relevant, you feel me? And I feel like especially with these two, they're gonna leave out with this battle and there's something still gonna be relevant. I feel Miss Hustle and Danny Meyer, they're just gonna rap for that time being, you feel me, either win, lose, or draw, that's that. You feel me? And that's it. Like I don't really feel like they're gonna have any, you feel me, quotables or, you know, like outstanding material. I feel like they're more so there to rap, you feel me? Especially kind of more so on the Danny Myers part. I don't really feel like Miss Hustle's gonna try to get Danny Meyer out of his character, try to entertain the crowd or anything like that. With Jerry West and Luke Castro, I feel like they're very capable of doing a lot of things. Jerry West is not afraid to go out of the box. Use props. You feel me? Use background noises. Use music in the like. He's not afraid to use anything at his disposal. Same thing with like Luke Castro. He's more so energy based. You feel me? Just kind of just unique in a way where he could just captivate the crowd. You feel me? He might not be, the best puncher or, the most intricate guy, but he knows how to entertain. So definitely feel like, you combine those two on a stage, especially against, Danny Myers and Miss Hustle. I feel like they could definitely outshine them a lot. So I definitely have Jerry West and Luke Castro.
All right, and before we spoke about the team of Hustle and Danny, we spoke about Avon Fonz, but at the time we did not know who they are facing. Now we know they are going against two of Carolina's best stars in Swamp and T Top. If someone had just had told you that before this car was announced, you probably wouldn't have believed it. We're used to seeing T Top and Briz, but just on the other fact that we know the back and forth that T Top and Swamp have for in the last couple of years, they ended up battling, very controversial battle. But now we're seeing the unity. I think a factor we have to look at is that they're I'm pretty sure going to be relatively in the same area, so it shouldn't be too hard to to link up and come up with material and things of that nature. Sort of, the same point I want to make, even just speaking about the last battle. They're going up against punchers. Avon Fonz aren't known for really performing at all. Not saying they don't know how to handle themselves on the stage, because we've seen Av is a vet. We've seen him on multiple platforms and do well on the stage, but we never left talking about really his performance. It was more the material. And the same thing for Fonz. Actually, if we look back, Fonz hasn't been too impressive on a big stage. The last time I remember was versus Danny Myers, and we watched that battle and we just weren't really impressed at all. So it's gonna be interesting to see what him and Av can come up with. But going back to T Top and Swamp, two battlers that are just more well rounded. You know, they're not just known for doing one thing. You know, we know T Top for being an angler, but we also know he can punch, scheme, perform, and he's used to also doing two on two, so he sort of knows how to work well with other people. And the same thing for Swamp. He's not just known for like punching or just anything like that. He can definitely talk to you. What while punching. We definitely seen him on stage just last year versus Tay Rock, and in a controversial battle, and a lot of people had him winning that. So I definitely think he is experienced. I just think him and T Top are gonna come up with more of a creative performance. I can't say more creative material. I think Av and Fonz will, check off that box, but just coming up with everything else. I'm just gonna have to go T Top and Swamp 2-1. Even though we did see Av and Fonz before, so could they have better per se chemistry than a T Top and a Swamp? Maybe, but I just think with the time that I'm pretty sure all these teams were given, I think they'll have enough to definitely win that matchup. How do you feel?
Yeah, same. I feel like I know we talk about like X factors in basketball, but for like X factors in this battle, I feel like the X factor is Swamp because I feel like T Top, Fonz, and then Av, they kind of all like even each other out. I feel like you feel me. I don't really feel as of recently. I don't really feel like no one really has the edge in those like between those three. I feel like Swamp is more so in that thing because he's just more so entertaining and has more energy. So I really feel like if Swamp is really like performing very well, I feel like they win the battle clear. But I feel like if he doesn't, I feel like it's gonna become one of those because different battles kind of set the tone. Like I feel like if Av and Fonz go first, they kind of set that tone for like bar heavy punches, and then like the way they execute their material, especially with them being punches, they're not like slow with it. It's like every 2 bars is gonna be a punch. Like regardless whether it lands or not, it's gonna be a punch. Like every 2 bars, punch, 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 and those things land. So if they set the tone with that, I feel like it may be hard for T Top and Swamp to come out of that. But again, I feel like Swamp, from what I've seen like in the past, I feel like he has a capability of more so captivating the crowd more. And T Top, I don't really feel like T Top is kind of far away from. He's like, yeah, he could captivate the crowd, but I feel like he's more so in that area with Adam Fonz to where they're just kind of focused on their material more than the delivery and the performance aspect of it. So I feel like Swamp is the wild card in this battle between all of them. So I feel like if Swamp could have a great performance along with T Top and kind of like for me build that chemistry with them, I feel like they definitely win clear because even if you see in the past with T Top and Briz was the one really selling the material really. So yeah, so just to pick a winner, I'm just go with Swamp and T Top.
Right. Real quick, let me ask a question. Because the last time we seen T Top in a 2-on-2, was it the whole Murder Mook situation thing? Was that the last 2-on-2?
With but it was a different one with him with Murder Mook and Calico and him and Twerk.
Right,
And
right. And that was terrible. But I wanted to actually speaking on T Top, do you expect maybe him to try to implement like an angle into this 2-on-2, or is this not maybe the format or even the opponents to even execute something like that?
it depends on the angle, and it can't be long and stretched out like pause. Like it can't. it can't. It can't. He could. He could like.
You've been hanging out with Charles Barkley?
it just can't. He can't just harp on it for too long. Just touch on the material like for 2 bars and leave it alone. We don't want to hear for more than 4 bars.
Okay. All right. So in the last blog episode, whatever you want to call it, that we did announce the rest of the matchups. But you let me know we didn't give our actual predictions for two of them. We did speak about we did give a prediction for DNA and John the Down versus Flair So and Foots. You had Flair So and Foots. I did have DNA and John the Don. Some time has passed. Do you feel any different about your choice? Have you came to your senses?
No, I'm staying solid on it to
Is
the end.
it? Uh, I don't know how that sounded either, but do you want to put any money on your pick?
No, them are still rookies. They haven't proven anything.
You're just hoping that they win.
No, yeah, I hope that they win because I'm not trying to hear textbook. Oh, like
All right, but once again, time out. Let's not act like, and not saying John is K Shine, but DNA and 2 and 2. Let's not act like they haven't given us some of the best performance we
yeah,
ever seen. Let's not do that though. It's not a one-on-one, Jalen. I get what you're saying about DNA, but in 2 on 2, let's not act like he hasn't put on a
yeah, but I'm
master.
saying DNA, okay, but DNA and John together, I'm good off it.
All right. I'm not mad at that. But let's go back to the main event. Tay Rock and Geechee Gotti versus Rum Nitty and New Jersey Twerk. Now I think I seen today that I believe Rum Nitty said it that they're trying to outdo gun titles first round, or this was like or like this is like a failure.
Yeah,
Um, I just want to say to that, I don't think they're gonna outdo gun titles first round. Now I know this happened a while back now, and we haven't seen gun titles again since. But I still remember that feeling the first time that I watched it. To where I damn near had to just throw my phone and just not watch it anymore because it was like everything was landing. I don't see Torque and Rum Nitty doing that. I do think they will be very entertaining, and we're definitely going to hear some bars and setups that we've never heard before. But just trying to compare it to that, I think y'all are now setting the bar too high. And now, if you don't reach that, because now if you say something like that, even if the us fans were thinking that, now that you say it, now we're expecting you to at least meet that or be better. And I just don't think they'll be able to do that. Twerk is amazing. Rum Nitty is amazing in what they do, but this is even I'm about to say it's the first time they're together, even though it was the same thing for Tay Rock and To Surf. But even with Tay Rock and Surf, they both had a lot of different intangibles. Twerk does, Rum Nitty really doesn't. We don't even really talk about a lot of Rum Nitty's 2 on 2s. It's more of his one-on-one matchups. So it's gonna be interesting to see that. I just wanted to bring that up. But how do you just feel about that statement right there?
I kind of agree to a point because when I first seen Rum Nitty and Twerk, I'm like, oh, this is like the best duo on the card. Period. Like this is probably the best duo I seen since T Rock and Surf. So I had a high expectation going in. I'm like, listen, if they're not at like a 9 or 10, like it's underwhelming. Like period. Because when, like I told you, like
Hold on. I'm gonna cut you off because once again you said don't wait. When you say, are you saying when you seen the two names together, you're thinking
yeah,
of the potential of a Surf and Rock? Because once again, let's not forget DNA and Case Shine and what they have done for 2 on 2. I just want to make
mhm,
sure that's good.
yeah. But like I said, when I seen Rum Nitty and Twerk on like the card together, I'm like, I have high expectations. They should be the best duo on the card, period. And like, to say like to the point like if they're not gun titles first, if they're not doing better than that, then it's underwhelming. Eh, you can say that. But if it's not in that area, then it's definitely underwhelming. Like I don't they don't have to be better, but if it's not in a conversation to where, you know, you know, like Tay Rock and Surfer number 1 and then Rum Nitty and Twerk are like 2 or 3, it's underwhelming. Like if they're not like there, it's underwhelming to me. And I agree. Like if they're not reaching that plateau, they're gonna lose the battle.
Let me ask a question real quick. So, how long do they have to cook? Because remember, now that we're expecting, how long do they have to cook?
Like, what do you mean how long? Like in the battle?
How long do they have until not saying people are gonna start booing, but to where now we're just already not. I don't want to say not interested, but you know, like it's a new team. The
Mm-hmm.
crowd's gonna be silent. We're gonna hear, but how long is it until you might get the heckling, you might get just things of that nature.
Heckling. Um. Well, to me, first four bars. Like, if it's not okay. Like, if I'm not okay, now my ears in here. Like, if it's the first four. Matter of fact, first eight bars. I give it first eight bars. If the first eight bars are like doesn't grab my ear, I'm already gonna be disconnected.
I know, yeah, I definitely understand. I'll be fair, but I'm saying that because I still remember gun titles first round. It was damn near the only
Mhm.
round they really got off. But um, if I get to the end of twerk and Nitty's round, it's not like that. It's just gonna be like because like we're expecting that, but um, they're going against Tay Rock and Geechee Gotti. Um, just once again, what are you expecting out of that duo?
I don't know, to be honest. I really, because like I said before, it's like Tay Rock is more so fictional, and like Geechee's more so realistic and like realistic perspective. So it's like Geechee doing gun bars or like Tay Rock. Like I don't know.
Um,
That
wait, what do you mean Tay Rock be fictional? What are you trying to say?
like it's not saying it's fit like, but it's more so like gun so big and like the gun do it, and then like it's more so like I don't. It's not realistic to me. Like certain things are not realistic for Tay Rock to me, in my eyes. But it's like Tay Rock is more. I mean, Geechee is more so. It's like you feel me. Like you're a punk. You're like you're this and that.
He
Like
said you're a
you
punk.
like.
Jalen's crazy.
Like it's more so like that. So it's like two different styles to me. So I don't know what to expect. They're both professionals, both been like the hottest battle rapper at a time. So I definitely feel like they'll figure it out. I don't know what to expect really. So they're more likely to catch me off guard.
So from what I'm hearing, you have Rum Nitty and Twerk winning the battle.
Yeah.
Um, it's hard for me, like even more now to make a decision. Well, not even to make a decision, but to go with Twerk and Nitty because once again now they set the bar even higher. Geechee and Tay Rock, we've seen them in different type of 2-on-2s, never really disappointed. And I think their styles mesh well together, just like Twerk and Nitty's does. But once again, Geechee Gotti and Tay Rock, I just feel are both just a little more well rounded. I think that Geechee and Rock know the team in front of them, which is gonna make them hit a certain pinnacle. Um, and and I just think that it's gonna be a little bit more consistent and just be a little bit more well rounded. I definitely think it's gonna be battle of the night. Um, it could be battle of the year, just
Mm.
being that it's been kind of a slow year anyway. So I'm expecting this to live up to the hype. Because if this battle is not the best on the card, it's like then then to me this card was kind of a failure. And not saying not any other battle can be great, but it's like it's Tay
Mm-hmm.
Rock and Geechee versus Twerk and Nitty. This is kind of what the whole card is based around. So if this falls flat, then it's like URL. I'm pretty sure after that I'm hearing the Summer Madness. Now if that Summer Madness is not, it has to be better than last year too. So listen, I think there's a lot riding on this card, and I think there's a lot riding on this battle. But yeah, I'm gonna go Tay Rock and Geechee Gotti 2-1. Would I be surprised if Twerk and Nitty beat them? No, because once again I know their potential as battle rappers, but I'm gonna go Tay Rock and Geechee Gotti 2-1 and try to make the safe pick. Um, Now there's one other 2-on-2, but I'm actually forgetting it. Do you know the other 2-on-2?
Hollow, Hollow and Calico.
Right. Hollow and Calico
Yeah.
versus Shotgun Suge and Old Red. I feel like in the last one I thought I kind of said I had Suge and Red, but if I didn't, I'm saying it now. I'm gonna go with Suge and Old Red. Them being in the same general area, I think is beneficial. I've heard in 2-on-2s in the past to where traveling things played a factor into it, and they didn't get the certain amount of hours that were needed to craft the best material. So I think them both being from Jersey is going to matter. I already seen them. You know, the 2-on-2s like to do the fake practicing with them, the audio off and all that. So I already seen them doing that. I also seen them on, once again, shout out to DNA with breakfast with the champ. They were talking real spicy, saying that they like they better get their pacing right and things of that nature. That's something that we definitely talked about. And I think out of any 2-on-2 on the card, Hollow and Calico is the biggest wild card because this could either really be the best 2-on-2 of all time, or it could be literally one of the worst because their styles are very different. I did hear Calico on live saying that their styles being so different could bring the best out of each other. You just gotta, prove it to me and show and tell. So yeah, I have Shotgun Shug and Alright 2-1.
Yeah, I
Possible.
got Calico just
Pot.
because.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I have Hog on Calico because again, they really. I just like the way they rap. They're very slick and then like I catch on to a lot of the bars that they do. So I feel like too they also could just set the tone. I don't really feel like they're not gonna be all loud and rah rah, but I feel like if Shotgun Shug and Old Red go first, I feel like they can set the tone. But I feel like even if Shotgun Shug and Old Red go first, you feel me? I feel like Hollow and Calico do a good job of setting the tone for battles. Like even Calico, you never see Calico, you feel me, like regardless in any battle, he doesn't get like his performance is excellent and he's not too high on delivery like so much, but he's been able to win battles just that same way. Same thing with Hollow, he kinda goes up like he's kinda
I
unpredictable at a point.
I,
So
I feel it's hard. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I feel it's tough to make that point because I feel now you're getting both into an individual bag. They're gonna have to now form a team and kind of be
yeah.
a little bit different. Like, and I just want to say this, like you're talking about setting the tone. I think whether Hollow, the Don and Cal goes first or Sugar and Red goes first, if Shotgun, Sugar, and All Red have that performance down to where they're rocking the crowd, it's gonna be a long night for the other team.
Mhm.
Calico and Hollow, I guess, is sort of known as a performer, can get real intricate and things of that nature, like example him versus K Shine. Definitely for the most part had the crowd in tune. Calico is not really a performer, like you said. Slick Talk is gonna talk to, but that Slick Talk to a performance in a, it's supposed to be the All Star game in a situation like this. That's going to matter. So once again, if Suge and Red just have that performance down, I just can't see how Don and Calico, winning this battle, especially if they go first, because now it's like we're gonna be waiting, and if the Calico and Holiday takes a long time to heat up, I just can't see it.
We'll see. But I think they'll work it out.
All right, so once again, I believe it's going down July, no, June 10th, Atlanta, Georgia. It will be on Caffeine. Um, Tickets I believe are still on sale, but once again, if you cannot get to it in the building, watch it on Caffeine. Even if you can't get to it on Caffeine, they will be dropping the battle on the urltv.tv app. Make sure you subscribe and get access to Battle Rap's biggest library. um I don't know, did we just say a battle of the night though?
Well, you had Geechee and Tayrod, right? I mean Geechee, Tayrod, Rumnitty, and Twerk, right?
I'm not even gonna lie, I just don't remember, but
I remember like you just saying that, but
I
yeah,
know, but
I
even just
said
thinking.
that battle was night on last blog.
Right, right. So even if I didn't, just think about it now, yeah, I definitely think that will be battle of the night. So I am looking forward to it, but once again, I do think there's a lot of implications to this card. I think this card has to hit. Um, for the next blog we do, we will be addressing a lot of things going on within the URL and battle rap. Just to give a little preview. I feel like this has been a very weird year in battle rap. I can't even think of a battle. Not saying that I haven't, but just to right now, I can't think of a battle that has been classic this year, has been close to classic. Not even one that I could really remember that I even really thoroughly enjoyed. Not saying it, I haven't, but I just really can't remember. So it's been very awkward. Some of these cards, I feel like just every other card is an outside card, and now they just took Gnome away, and now it has me just thinking about Summer Madness and what matches are they even gonna do on there? Because certain battlers are beefing with URL, and there's just a lot going on. So the next blog, I feel like we did one before, like the state of battle rap, something of that nature. I definitely think one is warranted now. So for the next blog, be on the lookout for that. Because as Cortez says, thank you for reaching out. But next blog, there's some shit we gotta speak about.
All right.